Hello friends, my name is BK Kollapre. This video shows the solution of problem by for friction chapter. Now here there is a problem. So two blocks A and B weighing 3 kilonewton and 1.3 kilonewton respectively are connected up by a string over a frictionless pulley as shown in figure. So there are two blocks A and B. They are connected to each other by a string passing around a pulley. This is a horizontal surface and this is the inclined surface. Find the value of the force P to impede motion to the right. Coefficient of friction for A is 0.2 and B is 0.3. So mu B is 0.3, mu A is 0.2. You are required to find out the value of the force P such that the motion will impede to the right. So when this block moves to the right, this is tied with the string, so definitely this block will be moving up. You will have to first decide the motion trend so that you can give the direction of force of friction. Now you are required to find out P. We have got two bodies. So you should begin with this body B because you are required to find out P. You cannot go directly to A. So let us go with the body B. This is the string and we know strings are subjected to tension. If I call T is the tension on this side of the spring pulley, we know whenever a string passes round a pulley, the tension will remain same on the other side of the pulley T. So let us consider the free body diagram of this block. So let us find out this angle theta. Opposite is given to you, adjacent is given, slope is given to you. So we can use the relation tan theta is equal to 1 by 2, opposite by hypotenuse. So you get this value is equal to 26.57 degrees. So this value you get is 26.57. Now we will come to the free body diagram of FBD of B. So I will separate out. It is on an inclined plane. This is the weight of the block. It is acting vertically down. Weight always acts vertically down. Its weight B is 1.3 kilonewton. Keep it in kilonewton only. So this is making an angle of 30 degrees with the horizontal. It is tied with the string here. This string is acting parallel to the plane. So this is the arrow that you will have to consider near the body. Now these are the forces that you see. The next force what you see is the reaction, normal reaction. R at B, we will call it as RB. This is block B. Now the motion trend, since this is moving towards right, definitely this has to move up. So the motion trend is up the plane. When motion is up the plane, along the plane, the force of friction will be down the plane, and this will be mu R. F is equal to mu R. Mu for B is 0.3 and the corresponding reaction is RB. Now here if I draw a line perpendicular to the plane, line with horizontal, perpendicular with vertical, so this angle will also be equal to 30 degrees. Only this will be angle. And whenever the inclined plane is there, try to resolve the forces perpendicular to the plane and parallel to the plane instead of horizontal and vertical. Suppose if I resolve the forces perpendicular to plane, if I resolve force perpendicular to plane, this force is RB, it is acting up, so plus RB. This force 1.3, if I resolve it vertically, it is going along the angle and the direction is downwards here, so it will be minus 1.3 sin 30 is equal to 0. You get the value of RB after solving is equal to 1.126 kilonewton. Now let us resolve the force parallel to plane. If I resolve the forces parallel to the plane, this tension, it is acting parallel to the plane towards right, so this will remain as T. Then this force 1.3 kilonewton, if I resolve it parallel to the plane, I am going away from the angle. Away is sine and the direction is towards left, opposite to T. So this will call it as minus 1.3 sine of 30. And this force F, it is acting parallel to the plane, it is towards left, so this will be minus 0.3 RB, and we know the value of RB is 1.126. If you simplify for this, you get the tension as 0.988 kilonewton. 0.988 kilonewton. So this is the simplification what we have done. Now we will go to the FBD of block B. FBD of A. So this is on a horizontal plane. It has got its own weight. Weight of A is 3 kilonewton. This is subjected to a force P, and the angle that it is making is 26.57 degrees. There is tension in the string on the left hand side here. This T we have calculated is 0.988 kilonewton. These are the forces that you can see. Now the forces that gets induced are is a reaction. This reaction is at A, so let us call this as RA, acting perpendicular to the plane. Now the motion is towards right, so definitely the force of friction will be towards left, and this will be mu Rf is equal to mu R. Mu for A is 0.2 RA. With this free body diagram, we'll apply the equilibrium condition and solve the problem. So if I resolve the forces vertically, sigma B is equal to, this is on horizontal plane, so resolve horizontally and vertically. On inclined plane, perpendicular and parallel. If I resolve this, RA is up plus RA. This 3 kilonewton is acting vertically down, minus 3 kilonewton, and this force P, if I resolve it vertically, it is going away from the angle and it is up. So plus P away is sine of 26.57 is equal to 0. So RA will be equal to 3 minus P sine of 26.57. Let us call this as 1. Now here we will resolve the forces horizontally. Sigma H is equal to 0. If I resolve the forces horizontally, so this P, if I resolve it horizontally, it is going along the angle towards right, so it will be P cos of 26.57. This T is acting towards left, so minus 0.988, and this point 2 R is also acting towards left, so this will be minus 0.2 RA. This must be equal to 0. So let us substitute the value of RA in terms of P here. P cos of 26.57 minus 0.988 minus 0.2 into RA is 3 minus P sine of 26.57. This must be equal to 0. Only unknown here is P. You will have to solve for P, and you get the value of P is equal to 1.41 kilonewton. 1.41 kilonewton. So you will have to consider the free body diagram of B and free body diagram of A separately and solve for the problem. So these are two connected bodies with the string. One is on inclined plane and the other one is on a horizontal plane. We will see another problem. What we call as the wedge problem. Now here if you see to this figure, this is a body. I want to lift this body against the wall. So for doing that, we use a small piece which is triangular in shape. This piece is known as wedge. The weight of the wedge is negligible compared to the body that it will be lifting. Now see here, if I want to lift this body, if I push this inside, the body gets lifted up because it is moving on the surface. Now here if you see, the wedge is moving towards left and the body is moving on it. This is the motion with respect to this, and if you see to the wall, the body is moving up if I push this inside. So in such problem you are required to find out what is the force to be applied so that the body can be lifted up the plane. So let us see to the problem. Wedge is a piece which is used to lift the body or support the body. A block weighing 10 kilonewton is to be raised by means of a 20-degree wedge. So this is the angle it is made by the wedge. It should be tapering, then only the body can be moving up if I push it inside. As shown in figure. Find the horizontal force P which will make just the block to rise if the coefficient of friction is 0.3 for all contact surfaces. Now in this problem we are seeing two bodies. One is the body, another is the wedge. So you'll have to consider separately the free body diagram of the body and free body diagram of the wedge so that you get the value of P. First go to the body. So let us consider the free body diagram of body. So if I take out this body separately, see this portion I have shown too much inclined so that I can easily show the forces that are acting. Now this plane is making an angle of 20 degrees. Now let us see what are the forces that keep the body in equilibrium. One is the weight of the body. Weight always acts vertically down, 10 kilonewton. This is the only force that is seen. Now there is contact between the body and the wall. So wall is vertical, so the reaction will be horizontal. Suppose if I call this as R1. Now similarly, if you see to the wedge here, there is a plane of contact, so the reaction will be acting perpendicular to the plane. Let us call this as R2. So R1 and R2 are the reactions which are acting at the 2 points of contact. Now coming to friction, wherever there is contact there will be reactions. As many contacts, that many reactions. Now we'll go for the frictional force. One thing is sure, with wall the body is moving up the plane, so the force of friction will be down the plane, and this force of friction is mu into R. Mu value is 0.3, so 0.3 corresponding reaction is R1. Now this is important. If the wedge is moving left, means the body is moving on the wedge. So when the body is moving on the wedge, the force of friction will be down the wedge parallel to this, and this will be 0.3. Corresponding reaction is R2. Corresponding reaction is R2. Now this is vertical, vertical, horizontal. This is inclined. If I draw a line here, this angle will be same as 20 degrees. Now with this you can find out the required reaction R1 and R2. So for that let's resolve them horizontally. Sigma h is equal to 0 or sigma h is equal to 0. If I resolve horizontally, then we see there is a horizontal force here R1 towards right. Now if you see to this force R2, if I resolve it horizontally, it is going away from the angle and it is directed towards left. So it will be minus R2 sine of 20. There is one more force here, friction. It is acting parallel to the plane. If I resolve it horizontally, we are going along the angle and the direction is left. So it will be minus 0.3 R2 cos of 20 is equal to 0. So if you simplify this, you get R1 is equal to, if I take the R2 terms on the other side, you get R1 is equal to 0.62 R2. 0.62 R2. Now here we can find out R1 also. So we got 0.1. Now we will resolve the forces vertically. Sigma V equal to 0. If I resolve the forces vertically, this 10 kilonewton is acting vertically down. Down is minus. This force is acting vertically down. So minus 0.3 R1. Now coming to this force R2, it is perpendicular. If I resolve it vertically, it is along the angle and upwards. So it will be plus R2 along is cos of 20. there is one more force here, force of friction. It is making an angle of 20. If I resolve it vertically, I am going away from the angle and the direction is downwards, so it will be minus 0.3 R2 sine of 20 is equal to 0. If I call this 1 and if I call this 2, substituting 1 into, you get the value of R2 is equal to 15.29 kilonewton. The value of R2 is 15.29 kilonewton. So this is the part what you get from the body. Now we will come to the equilibrium of the wedge. So we will come for FBD of wedge. So I will take out this wedge separately. Try to show this portion more inclined so that you can show the forces clearly. Now the weight of the wedge is not given to you, so it's a negligible weight. If the weight of the wedge is given, then that will be added in the vertical direction. Now you see there is a horizontal force P which is applied. That's the only force you see there. Now we'll come to the contacts. This wedge has got body to wedge and wedge to horizontal surface. So here there will be a reaction, new surface, new reaction, R3. There is contact between body and surface. Now this reaction will be common for both. We have seen here R2, so this will remain as R2. And we know the value of R2 is 15.29 kilonewton. So reactions are over. Now we will come for the force of friction. This wedge is definitely moving towards left. So the force of friction will be towards right. So this will be 0.3, corresponding reaction is R3. Here also, along this face also, the wedge is moving towards left. So the force of friction will be up the plane. And this will be 0.3 and corresponding reaction is R2. So this will be 15.29. So this is making an angle of 20 degrees. So if I draw a vertical line here, this angle will also be equal to 20 degrees. So we want to find out the value of P. So how many forces are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 forces are keeping the body in equilibrium. In body also we have seen there are five forces keeping the body in equilibrium. Now we want P. So we have to resolve vertically and horizontally. First we will resolve vertically because P is horizontal. You don't get the solution for that. So for that, R3 is acting vertically up plus R3. Now this force, if I resolve it vertically, it is along the angle and it is going down. So it will be minus 15.29 cos of 20. Now this force, it is acting parallel to the plane. If I resolve it vertically, it is going away from 20 and it is going up. So it will be plus 0.3 into 15.29 into sine of 20 is equal to 0. So only unknown here is R3, and if you simplify, you get the value of R3 is 12.80 kilonewton. 12.80 kilonewton. Now we will resolve the forces horizontally. Sigma h is equal to 0. If you resolve the forces horizontally, this P is acting horizontally towards left. So left is minus P. Now if you see to this force 0.3 R3, it is acting horizontally towards right. So this will be equal to 0.3 into, we know the value of R3 is 12.8. Now coming to this force 0.3 into 15.29, if I resolve it horizontally, it is going along the angle, it is towards right. So it will be plus 0.3 into 15.29 into cos of 20, because it is going along the angle. Now coming to this R2, it is making a left 20 here. If I resolve it horizontally, it is going away from 20 and the direction is right. So it will be plus 15.29 into sine of 20. So here we see we have resolved 1, 2, 3, 4 forces, because this is vertical will not come into play. 1, 2, 3, 4 forces. This must be equal to 0. And one thing you see here, this P force is only opposing, all are with plus sign. So all the forces will be opposing the P value. So if you simplify, you get the value of P is equal to 13.34 kilonewton. So 13.34 kilonewton is required for the body to move in the upward direction. So drawing free body diagrams are important for this, and giving the directions of the force of friction. This is important. If the wedge is moving left, means the body will be moving on the surface. When it is on the surface, the force of friction will be down the surface. So if the weight of the wedge is given, that will also come into play here. When you resolve it vertically, W will be getting added. So you get the different values of the reactions. So these are the type of problem in the wedges. Separately you consider the bodies and draw the free body diagram for that. Please subscribe the channel for more videos. Press the bell icon for notifications. Comment for questions in the comment section. Thank you.